Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Tuesday afternoon. I'm in the office, paying bills, taking care of business, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Hope you guys are grinding forward. Hope you're going to have a good week. It's brutally hot down here. I know I'm just complaining about it. It gets worse every year. Let's talk about the Mind, Body, and Soul program. Let's just do a little check-in for my warriors, for my hardcore heads. Feel free to comment below and tell me any of the obstacles or what's going on with your program this week. I'm sure either me or one of the OGs on the channel will have some good advice for you. We're all on this path together, but some of us are at different points along it. Some of you just started and some of you have been doing this for a long time. Daily discipline, lifestyle management, trying to be the best version of yourself, trying to level up. Maybe you're trying to fix some broken places and move forward from that point. We can all relate. We're all doing it. I slipped on my workouts a little bit last week, and I was able to justify the excuses. Oh, the elbow, the shoulder, the old man stuff. But I kicked myself in the ass for it when I was thinking about it and saying, there's still ways to get a workout. So if you don't hit the gym and you hit the weights regularly like I do, I hit the weights a lot. I don't know what you're training for. You might be. I'm not training to be a bodybuilder on stage. I don't do these videos with my shirt off, although maybe I'd get more attention if I did. But I think it's important to stay on an exercise schedule consistently. Consistency is the key. So if you're not doing weights one day, instead of just throwing the day away, oh, my elbow hurts, I can't do the upper body workout. Maybe you do a leg workout. Your legs, doesn't matter if your elbow hurts, you could blast your legs, do a great leg workout. You could go jump in the pool, you could go for a run, ride your bicycle. There's a lot you can do with a sore elbow. This is the kind of stuff I was going through my own head, just trying to keep myself on track. And I think that's the most important part of this Mind, Body, and Soul program, is to be able to keep yourself on track. And one thing that I do is I make lists. And I make lists in two ways, where I make a to-do list of all the necessary operational stuff I have to do. Laundry, cleanup, whatever. I have my list of things that I do every day. And even though I'm programmed to go to work and to do certain things every single day, I put it on the list specifically so after I do those things, I can check it off. And the experience of checking things off your list and having a list with check marks on it is kind of a dopamine hit. Every time you do something, you can move forward. You're moving forward in these little steps. All of a sudden you realize, well, I've had a great day today. And I need to have great days in order to today should be good in order for tomorrow to be good. And I've learned how to have a good day, and I try to repeat that. Not that I'm doing the exact same thing every day, but I have a model for my day, and I put things into it. So I also make lists of the things I don't want to do. And these are stuff that I have to do, that I know I need to do, and that goes on a list. And maybe that might be in the corner of my notepad. Some of you guys do all your stuff on cell phones or on computers, and I probably could have a much more organized list if I did it on my laptop or my cell phone, but I like pieces of paper and pen. I'm old school, and I'll put in a little corner some of the big things. So like some of the stuff I didn't want to do this week, which I am doing, is learning about the technology that I bought, this camera and the microphone setup, for the new YouTube channel that I'm starting. And I'm starting a style channel for men's fashion. We're focusing mainly on shoes. The channel is called Saving Souls on Monday, a little play on words, S-O-L-E-S instead of S-O-U-L-S. And, I buy shoes. I go to thrift stores. I buy on eBay. People that know me know I love shoes. I have a whole wall of some of the nicest shoes you can buy. So I'm just going to talk about that kind of stuff, as well as cologne, because I love cologne, and maybe some watches. I have a pretty awesome watch collection, little things like that. But the technology is daunting. I'm not a techie. I don't like technology, and this computer is the camera is a professional camera, and the microphone's a professional microphone. So I'll probably do my first video this week, but on my list is learn how to use that stuff. And I've forced myself to sit down. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I wish somebody else could do this for me. I really do, but I have to do it. So put on your to-do lists things you have to do. But I think you get it. Structure your day. One thing I've been slipping on also is my diet. I find myself eating too many carbs. I try to eat mostly protein, some veggies, but I'm not eating big plates of pasta and, loaves of bread, that kind of stuff. You guys love chips and a bunch of empty carbs. I've cut all that stuff out of my diet for the most part, but I do slip because I love that stuff. So I've been trying to force myself to stay on my diet. I've been thinking a lot about men's style, and I got a few books from Amazon. I ordered them Sunday night. They came Monday morning. Bam! Right away. Amazon doesn't play. They come right away. When I order off of Walmart or eBay, it'll take 5 days, 7 days. Not Amazon. So I got a few books. These are classic books on men's style, coffee table style books, and I'm flipping through those and reading one of them, cover to cover. So I've just been thinking about this stuff a lot, and some people have noticed that I've been on a little style journey of my own. Particularly in the winter months, maybe I'll dress up a little nicer. You see how I dress on the Sunday study group for warriors. I don't just do that on that video and then go back into my tank tops. That's how I roll half the time. It just depends on what I'm doing. I dress for the function. So you might catch me in my Dickies uniform and boots back in the shop getting dirty, bending handlebars. But you might find me in a suit. Just depends on the function, depends on what I'm doing. Depends on how I feel. Sometimes I'll even just do my errands, grocery shopping and go to the pet store and wherever I'm going. Dressed real nice, classy, casual, almost formal. And I live in a small redneck beach town. Many of you live in big cities and you dress like bums. I dressed like a bum for a long time, so don't think I'm coming down on you. But someone asked me the other day, what's up with you, man? Because he hadn't seen me in a while. And he was just like, I'm not used to seeing you dressed like this. They're used to seeing me dressed like a skinhead. That's what people, your wife beater, Doc Martens, that kind of uniform. And, I got to thinking about it because it is a little weird. I feel good about myself dressing this way, and that's why I do it. But I noticed that it's different. It's not what people would expect out of a guy like me, being a biker. And all I can say about it is it's not a level of the game that you can jump to. You can't skip to this. It comes naturally. As you become the strongest version of yourself and you have a desire to offer the best version of yourself to the world. And, I've taken advice like from Jordan Peterson. Never think any thoughts that make you feel weak. Never say any words that make you feel weak. Live in a world of strength, and I've been trying to do this, and I've recognized different areas that make me feel weak. And one of those things was my attire, how I put myself together, how I looked. I felt like that was bringing me down, and I'd never noticed this before. That's why all the gears have to be in place before a new gear starts moving, and that gear had never really been moving, and I didn't realize that I was lazy with how I looked, and that was making me look weaker. It made me miss out on some of the respect that I could have gotten because I'm worthy of respect. But when you put yourself together like a joke, like a child, how is someone going to see that? A lot of people aren't going to read your mind and be like, oh, well, that guy is amazing, because all they see is what they see. But more than any of that, I noticed just with my own mentality, when I looked in the mirror at myself in nice clothes as opposed to myself just dressed in my ill-fitted jeans, my oversized t-shirts, or whatever I was wearing, my wife beaters and my Doc Martens. I felt like poor white trash. I got missing teeth, tattoos, scars all over. I was sitting far away from the camera. I got scars all over my face, all over my body. And when you put me in that outfit, oh, I look just like what you think I look like. People watch the fuck out. They're like, oh, geez, who the hell's this? And I feel that way about myself too. So, yeah, it might be a little strange that some people see me dressing up now and they're not used to seeing me that way, but it's an evolution of steps. And I got to a place that some of you have been before me. I don't get on these videos trying to make myself out to be like I'm some sort of Greek god of personal development. There's some of you that have been doing this for longer than me, you're more sophisticated than me, and many of the things that I talk about, you're like, yeah, well, obviously. So you're watching me, by watching this channel, kind of go through this 10-year transformation. Some of you have been following me for probably 5 years now. And you finally reached anyone, a person, talking hypothetically, but also from experience, you reach a point in personal growth where you have to live in strength and in truth and to be who you are, and to present yourself in a weaker, lesser way feels fraudulent and feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. It's all just food for thought. I hope you guys are doing good this week.